Hey y'all, we can give a round of applause. I need the energy up, okay? I'm a millennial, I don't do draft. So he talked about Alton. My descendants are from Alton, and I'm about to talk about that. And my story is emotional, but I'm proud of it. I started this journey because my grandma died, and she died not knowing about her biological mom's family because she died young. So I did Ancestry to find out my history, and I'm about to tell y'all the story, okay? So I am here as a descendant of members of the 1800s free community in Rocky Fork, Illinois, whose land was taken from them through the court system, and that's the Alton, Illinois area in Godfrey, Madison County over there. I am here to discuss the importance of Illinois doing more for its Black descendants and honoring our ancestors who were abolitionists and advocates for those enslaved during the 1700s and 1800s in the state of Illinois. I stand before you as a descendant of Lavinia Baker, daughter of Sarah Crone and Charles Crone, which means I went back 7 generations, and Peter Baker, who was a former slave who came from Perry DeRocha, Illinois, to the Rocky Fork area in Madison County to help the Moses of the Midwest, Priscilla Baltimore, and the rest of the Rocky Fork communities to start the Rocky Fork Church in Madison County, which is now a national monument as an Underground Railroad site. In 1879, Peter Baker and Dr. Diamond held a celebration of 3,000 people to celebrate the Illinois Black Laws repeal, and my 4-time great-grandfather also sued the state of Illinois so that his children could attend school with the rights of the area he was living in, which also included his descendants, where my great-grandma, Leona Starr of Monmouth, Illinois, and her siblings was a beneficiary, including me, so don't try me. My great-great-great-grandfather owned 40-plus acres and more land in the Rocky Fork area, including the cemetery that the remains of the first 25 settlers were located. Currently, they're turning part of that area into a bike trail and naming it after a white man, but me and my family about not to have that happen. I am standing here because due to both my 4-time great-grandma being both Black and a woman, we lost our land and legacy, and for generations we have suffered when Peter Baker, a former slave, fought and worked hard to provide a legacy to his bloodline. My fight to return all of our land is rooted in how my family is listed in history books like this one I have here, documented in research, and it is even considered a part of Black history, yet no one is teaching this in schools, no one is connecting those of us who are in Chicago and all throughout Illinois especially about our family histories because it got lost through migration and traumas of chattel slavery. And no one is really connecting us to our actual legacy due to racism and sexism. And I'm here to say we want it all back. And that's not just my family, but your families too. Reparations is bigger than money, yet it's also about legacy and historical context of people and our families. I'm the founder of Hustle Mommies, an organization dedicated to Black moms here in Chicago, where we have helped to bury kids who were killed due to gun violence, and we advocate for Black moms and their families in the hood, like here in Inglewood, where I grew up and I'm from. And I'm also the founder of the Urban Mom Collective National Black Mom Coalition, where we have Black moms across the country advocating for policy change, and we nuck if you buck in DC about our families and communities. And it is insane that I'm just now knowing that me just being me and the person who I am because of my grandma, that I'm continuing a legacy that was already written for me, and I have ancestors behind me that are about that life. It's not until I joined Ancestry that I really learned about my family legacies. And I stand before everyone to speak as a descendant of a family whose 40 acres plus was taken after they got out of slavery and worked hard, created a free community, helped to free hundreds and thousands of slaves in southern Illinois that came from Kansas, Missouri, and Kentucky. And I did not know this information. It was me researching that was able to do that, and as a result, Hustle Mommies have a partnership with Ancestry where we give out free kits to make sure our Black moms and their families have their stuff in order for reparations and they can know who they are so they can dictate their future. I will not allow my family legacy or anyone else's legacy to be swept under the rug, and the state of Illinois needs to honor the fact that Southern Illinois regions and a lot of us blacks that's here in Chicago have history down south in Southern Illinois that need to be honored, especially Rocky Fork and places like Jerseyville, Galesburg, Monmouth, et cetera, Springfield especially, where our family history is there, where my ancestors are buried all throughout these different towns and played a major role in galvanizing black people throughout this state. A lot of us didn't come from Tennessee or whatnot. We came from Southern Illinois and we built lives and we have land that's owed to us. In 2024, I am standing as a 150-year testament that the fight for black families to have freedom that my family represented prior to and after slavery is now in my hands, and I stand as their representatives. So Peter and them got me here to tell y'all we gotta come together and fight for our families' legacies. He sued the state of Illinois and he won, so I'm ready to knuck and buck about our black people doing our work and getting our families' legacies back. Because a lot of the land that's down there that's owned by companies is our land. I stand as a representative to fight, and not only for families from Alton and Rocky Fork, but all areas, and to represent my family, including my cousin, Lucy McBath, who's also my relative. Her great-great-grandmother is my great-great-great-grandfather's actual niece. And when you see the picture, if you're on my Facebook, me and her are identical twins. When I look at pictures and I can find pictures of my ancestors and I see the work that they have done, I wonder how many more black people are not able to put their past with who they are now so they can know that it's in them to do great things. How many black people do not know that they come from such legacies? I didn't know until my grandma passed away, and it has been my assignment to make sure more black people know their history. Black people will never be free if we do not have the ability to say that our ancestors' souls are free. And I'm going to say that again. We will never be free unless we are able to say our ancestors' souls are free, which means that all the work that they put in, that got lost through systemic racism and all the things that's happening would not ever go in vain if we do not do the work. As a proud legacy of the Baker, Green, Star, and Graves family, I say give me and my ancestors our land back. I say give us back our opportunity to have economic wealth. I say give us a day where we celebrate Rocky Fork area and the Southern Illinois area, and we honor the legacy of the black history in the state of Illinois, because they do not do that. And so I just say, if you're from Alton, Illinois, you find out you have people down there, we may be cousins, so just send me a text message. Thank you.